Hello, my beautiful stars. Welcome to my pick a card reading, in which you're going to find out what do they want you to know. So, before you pick your pal, I'm going to go on a little breakdown of what I will talk about in this reading. So first, we'll have the energy check-in, your energy, your person's energy, your dynamic, current theme card of the connection. Later, we have the core of the reading, in which we see what are they thinking about you. No, what are they thinking but not saying? What emotions are they feeling regarding you? What's holding them back from expressing this directly? And what do they wish you understood of this situation? Is there something they regret or would change if they could? Their hopes and intentions, and what do they admire and appreciate about you? And later we have the advice section, in which I talk about what should you focus regarding this regarding this connection. What's the spiritual lesson, growth opportunity here? What guidance does the divine have for you? How could you best approach and hold space for them? I meant to say space, not spare, but that looks like spare. And then we're gonna close off with potential near future energy, final messages from them, which I have pre-written. It's like little papers with messages, some affirmations, and if you want to, you can join the extended, which is not for free, but I would say it's very, very affordable, and in which I'd look at their deepest fears about the connection. What would they say if there were no fears or consequences? Shadow aspects I'd talk about the shadow aspects affecting the connection, what you both need to heal, and insurance from their higher self. And here is a little thank you so much for actually tuning in on this. So you can pick your pile. Here we have this pile with the fucking seashell, the butterfly pendant, and this, I think, obsidian star. Or maybe it's just glass, who the fuck knows. And yeah, so, have you chosen your pile yet? Let's start. Hello, pile 1. Welcome to your reading. In this reading, I'm gonna tell you what does your person wants you to know. So, if you chose the seashell on these cards, this must be your pile. So, your energy is represented by the Judgment card, the Mole, which is attribute is superstition, and Earth. I need to move a bit so you don't see my legs. And your person is represented by the Lovers, the Blackbird, which is attribute is omens, and Gemini. How do I put it? I'll put it here, I think. And your dynamic is represented by the Two of Cups and Vesta. And your current theme card. Theme cards are the Ace of Swords and Mutable. So let's talk about this. So first of all, if you are an Earth sign, or if Earth is very dominant in your chart, this might be a confirmation. So Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. But it may as well just be a sign that your current energy is very earthly. It's patient, it's practical, and you're definitely someone who is ready to commit. You even plan to commit. You probably even go into relationships just to commit. And yeah, you definitely give off grounded energy that, yeah, can make others comfortable in your presence. With that being said, you're also represented by Judgment, which is the 21st card in, no, the 20th, I'm sorry, mixed it up a bit. 20th card in Tarot. Well, the Major Arcana, the 20th Major Arcana. So, it's about reflection, it's about, judgment. It's about seeing what you are getting offered and reflecting on it. You're basically contemplating this relationship. Is this the right person? Is this my soul person? And let me check. The Judgment is represented by the sign of, well, just fire. Its elemental correspondence is fire and spirit. So you may have a big mix of earth and fire signs in your chart, and that's just for confirmation. It doesn't have to resonate. And, basically your current state of energy is definitely just looking for the signs, looking for the right signs that tell you what is up right now. Is this relationship worth it? Am I ready to commit? And you're being called to just reevaluate. And it's definitely, you're getting a lot of signs that it definitely is the right person, but it's getting pretty confusing. And you don't know what is superstition and what is not. And there we go, the mole. The mole. Maybe another confirmation is that maybe you have a visual impairment, maybe you wear glasses, maybe you don't see well, you know. But that's just for some. But you're being called to also just reevaluate these signs. Are they really signs, or am I just making shit up? The mole's message is that you shouldn't believe everything you see or hear, especially if it comes to you secondhand. You know, the mole, it is blind. So if someone were to tell them, oh, there's something in front of you, it's that, or that, you need to check it. You need to test it out. You cannot just trust them, because what can you know? Maybe these are trickster spirits that are giving you these signs. Maybe these are just the Lulus, you know? So you must just really rely on yourself, your inner calling, your inner voice. You must seek out what is true for yourself, and you know, stand up for it. Stand what for you really believe in, and also don't be one to quickly judge, you know. So in the guidebook, the mole's message is this: baseless nonsense shows ignorance. False conceptions have you on the fence. Beware, an irrational attitude of mind leads to falsehoods and truth combined. I call upon the mole to assist me and harness this power, so mote it be. Yeah, so basically your general energy is that you're definitely watching this to reevaluate. Is this the right person? Does this person think the same as I do? You need to know if you have common ground, okay? So that might be one of the reasons why you're watching this. But your person, on the other hand, is represented by the lovers. Which, okay, you probably know. They quite are in love with you. And especially if we're considering that they're being represented by Gemini. If they believe in twin flames, soulmates, anything of that sort. I don't believe in twin flames, but like, that's up to you to decide what you believe in. They definitely feel that energy of you being related on a soul level. They feel like you reflect them, and they see so much better when they look. How do I interpret this? So basically, you're like a mirror to them, and when they look in that mirror, they only see the joyful and the positive. You basically reflect the positive inside them, and yeah, they're definitely quite flirty towards you most of the time. Maybe you're wondering, what the fuck is up with this person? Are they love bombing me, or am I actually this desirable? But yeah, they seem so curious about you to find out who you are really deep inside, because they want to know everything about you, and they want to show it. And we also have the blackbird, and the blackbird, it's represented by omens. Maybe they sometimes feel like your contemplation, your doubts, sometimes they make them feel a bit silenced, a bit unheard. They definitely know you don't have any bad intentions of doing this, like of being a bit careful or just reevaluating every step you go further. But like, they know that you definitely are one who wants to know the whole truth, but they're just being like, come on, chill. They're like, come on, chill. I want to love you, and I know you want to love me too. They definitely feel that you've been through a lot with them in past lives. And the dynamic is the Two of Cups and Vesta. The Two of Cups is definitely soulmate energy, just like, I think everybody knows that the Two of Cups is like basically the soulmate card. And no matter if you are soulmates or not, this is just such a divine connection that it doesn't matter whether you are or not, you're just so compatible together. And the dynamic is definitely heading straight towards devotion. It's going towards commitment, and you know, we have Vesta here. Named for the Roman Virgin goddess Vesta, this bright asteroid represents sacred feminine energy and carries a light at the end of the tunnel vibe. So basically, when they found you, they felt like everything lit up. They felt like yeah, everything positive just straight up reflected when they looked at you. Um, she's like going home on a cold winter's day and sitting by a warm fireplace with your best friend. In your chart was can show where you are devoting your energy, where you find your true calling, and the causes you choose to serve in this world. Yeah, so they definitely are devoted to you, and you definitely are to them. You're just very cautious, and you want to reevaluate every step you go further. And so we also have mutable here for the current theme cards. Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, and Pisces. So we have Virgo with the earth, and we also have Sagittarius with the fire. We have Gemini here and Pisces. I don't know where that comes from, but yeah. Wait, was the Two of Cups? I need to check where the Two of Cups, the Two of Cups. Yeah, the Two of Cups is in Pisces, it's Cancer, but like, yeah, still water there somewhere. But also we have double Gemini energy. We have Gemini energy here because the Lovers is Gemini, and yeah, so basically, their current state is very easygoing. But you know, you're the one who is easily influenced by these superstitions, by these signs, and I'd say this person is more or less so just very carefree. Rather, you're just the one who's way too careful. You're the one who seeks commitment, but they're just here to prove that, you know, we can last, and we don't need any vows to prove that. Basically, I sense this very big comfort feeling, and this feeling that, damn, we've achieved this, we've found each other. Now what? Now what is the time to just, I think the current theme here is just to go for it. You've been reevaluating it. You've been so over analytical, and they're telling you to chill. They're telling you to chill. Okay. So that was the energy check. It was quite lengthy, but I'll speed it up so it won't be that lengthy. I'll maybe cut some sections out if they're not that reasonable. And yeah, because I spent most of the time just silent, thinking about what best to say, just like maybe you do too a lot. And yeah, I've been extra careful today. Maybe it's that time of the sleep schedule that my brain just can't function and read cards so easily. But yeah, I haven't slept and it's like 8 a.m. So oopsie doopsie. But let's get to the core of the reading. So yeah. So now we're gonna use the Goddess of Love Tarot. What else can we just use? Because this is my favorite deck. I love it so much. I love using everywhere, especially for like relationship related readings. And it seems like we can start. So first, let's see. What are they thinking but not saying? We have the Lovers again. What emotions are they feeling regarding you? Three of Swords. What's holding them back from expressing this directly? Eight of Wands. Reversed. And what do they wish you understood of this situation? You have the Ace of Wands and the Moon together, both reversed. Is there something they regret or would change if they could? And the Three of Pentacles, their hopes and intentions. The Empress reversed. And what do they appreciate and admire about you? Lust, aka strength. It's just lust in this deck. So, is everything visible? I think, yeah. And yeah. What are they thinking but not saying? They're thinking you is the best. You are the best person they've ever met. At least for now. Why did I say at least for now? Basically, they want you to know it will be the right choice no matter what you do. They want you to know that no matter if you choose to wait or even go away, they'll still appreciate you and will think that's the best choice, since you definitely are good at making choices, even too good. Like, you take too much time, you're very patient with making them. But like, they feel like you're literally just meant for each other, and it would be just, it would bring grief to them if you chose to just walk away. But yeah, I'd say they are ready to make this something bigger. But like, the emotions they're feeling are that they definitely would like to tell you that they have healed from past wounds. Maybe you may think that the things they've experienced may have led them to not want to go somewhere so fast, but like, you know, they're ready, they've healed, and they just want you to know it will be okay. They're ready, and just there's this sense of gratitude here that you care so much about them. You're being so careful with their little hearts. Yet, basically, yeah. And something that's holding them back from expressing these directly is that they appreciate that you are giving them time, giving them space. And they also don't want to rush things either. They're just very confident about the things they've already discovered about this connection. They really don't want to rush things, and you definitely don't want to either. But like, it's divine timing, guys. I think it's time, really, to just express. And something they wish you understood is that it's okay to be confused. It's okay to reevaluate. It's okay to contemplate. Basically, they're saying if you keep taking steps back, you feel like it's not the right time. When will it ever be the right time? You know, for most things, we aren't ever ready. We just have to force ourselves a bit to make that first step, and then it flows so easily. Basically, they want you to understand that it's no illusion what you're feeling towards them. It's no delusion what you think they feel for you. And it's definitely not something you don't deserve. Is there something they regret or would change if they could? They would change the fact there may be people in your life who really don't want this relationship to happen. Maybe some people are discouraging and even testing your commitment. But you know, they truly want to work this out with you. They're ready to be patient. But their little heart is so impatient, you know. They're already settled, they're already comfortable where it's heading. Yet they just intend to not make you uncomfortable, feel like you're rushing. They care about you very much, and they just want you to feel that you're nurtured and not the other way around. They're very scared to make any wrong choices. They're scared that maybe they are the one wrong and not you. And they're just feeling like they feel like, okay, I hope I'm right. I hope I can trust myself. But they know sometimes you're very much smarter than them. And they don't want to prove otherwise. They just feel like in this situation, they just want to be right. And they want you to both be right at the same time. Something they admire or appreciate about you is your patience, is your strength, is your resilience towards just being unafraid to wait, to trust, to be able to trust, to build the readiness. And they feel like you're such a strong person. They wish they had your fucking confidence, your patience. But in reality, I don't think you have much confidence if I'm right about you being so uncertain whether your signs are actually worth the trust. But yeah, let's go further. Where's that sheet? But oh my god, where the fuck is it? Oh my god. BRB. I am back. I found it. And yeah, now let's see what you should focus on regarding this connection. What should you focus on regarding this connection? The moon, not reverse this time. What's the spiritual lesson, growth opportunity here? Two of Pentacles. What guidance does the divine have for you? Temperance. And how can you best approach and hold space for your person? Five of Pentacles and the Maiden of Pentacles, which is the Page of Pentacles. So something you should focus on is really finding out whether your worries, anxieties are actually worth to worry about, because I feel like it's definitely this big illusion made from stress, made from fear of finally committing. You're afraid of losing them. The thing is, they really don't intend to leave you any day. You should focus on just getting along with yourself, with your own mind, finding inner peace, and they will wait. Okay, they will wait. The spiritual lesson and growth you can achieve here is just trusting, but also believing. It's about being sure of your choices, about balancing caution, but also following your heart. The divine definitely has this like message to you that you're no longer being patient, you're now just being afraid. It's okay to be patient, it's okay to be cautious, but you're going to the extent that it's not healthy anymore. You just need to let go of that and just follow your instincts, not like this overanalyzed, overthought belief. And the way you can best approach and hold space for your person is proving how much they're worth to you. It's giving them the opportunity to show that, yeah, they are the right one. That, you know, well, just be supportive and also let them support you. Maybe go on nature walks. I know that just was brought up to me. I don't know why. And just try to prove to them that you haven't given up. You aren't doubting the love they have for you. You're doubting the fact that, are you ready enough? The potential near future energy we have. Potential near future energy we have is the Seven of Cups reversed, the Five of Wands, and the Hero duel. So you'll finally come up to a conclusion. You'll maybe even get in a fight, in an argument, which revolves around the fact that you cannot ever stop overanalyzing everything. You want to prove that you are right, but you know, the thing is, within that path you'll find the solution, that it's not that complicated as you thought it was. It's basic wisdom you can achieve by just listening to your inner calling. I also have this little box of messages I have prepared. It's little papers with messages. So what does your person want you to know? Maybe something else too. So what do we have? We have, I'm afraid of losing you. We also have, what is this? Thank you. Missing your jokes right now. I cherish our memories. Soft blankets. And what is this? Big hearts. Okay, so let's unpack this. They're definitely afraid of losing you. They're basically on this verge that they feel like anytime it could end because of your doubts, because of your fears. You've been so in your head lately, that you haven't had the ability to have the best of fun together. They miss your jokes, they miss your big hearts, they miss the comfort that you bring them. They miss the time when you feel like a soft blanket. They cherish the memories so much and they're so afraid of losing you. Even if it will come to an end soon, they are so thankful for what you've been through together. They cherish the memories so fucking much. And the affirmation we have is, so let's channel it through the Moonology Manifestation Oracle deck. Bruh. Shit. I kind of messed it up a bit. There's some upside down cards now. Fuck. Think it's okay now. And let's just channel it. Affirmation for you. We have the full moon in Aquarius, be real. New moon in Pisces, attuned to the divine. And first quarter moon in Capricorn, unleash your kindest self. So, what we can get from this? What affirmations can we get from this? Full moon and Aquarius. So the full moon in Aquarius is about finding a balance between being real and trying to please all the people all the time. So the affirmation of this card is, the truth empowers me and sets me free. However, the new moon in Pisces is a card, especially a good sign for matters related to spirituality, contacting other realms, taking some time, or dealing with a fear. And the affirmation is, my conscious dreams create my reality. So what you hope for, what you work towards, what you set your intention to, is what you will create if you try hard enough. And then we have the first quarter moon in Capricorn, which is about how it's good to be realistic, but you don't want to have the stench of reality so far up your nose that you can no longer smell life's perfumes. You're probably being too hard on yourself, and thing is, you're being too disciplined, you're being too sour, you maybe are sucking all the joy out of life. Be kind to yourself and be your most charming self. There is no affirmation in this one, but there is an invocation. Energies of the first quarter moon in Capricorn, thank you for reminding me that I am a loving child of the universe. This wasn't an invocation, I'm sorry. I thought it's invoking the energies of the first quarter moon in Capricorn, but yeah, that's basically an affirmation too. You are a loving child of the universe. So that's it for today. Unless you join in on the extended, I hope to see you there. But remember that your person is afraid to lose you. They cherish your memories together. They are afraid of losing you. They miss your jokes right now. They're so thankful for you. And basically being with you is like being under a soft blanket together. They're so grateful for your big hearts, and they hope it will bring more times and more cherishable memories together. Bye. Hello there, pile 2. If you chose a butterfly charm, which I cannot find right now, but you know what you chose, this must be your pile. So, let's start with energy check-in, since I think I read out the layout of this reading already. So yeah, let's just get the shit set up. Then we can slowly start, because I feel a bit laid back with your pile. Okay, we got the incense set up. We got the candles. Oh my god, here's the charm. So this is your charm. If you chose it, this is your pile. If you resonated with it, I hope it is your pile. And let's see if it actually resonates. So, for your energy, we have the Page of Swords, the Solar Eclipse, the Spider. Yeah, your person's energy, I'll explain a bit later. We don't have much space here. So, yeah. So for your energy, I'm sensing that you... What am I sensing? So, my senses are laid back too, just like I am with your pile. Maybe there's this awakening inside you that you have to firmly state your boundaries. Maybe there's been some thoughts or feelings that haven't been resolved, that you've kept towards yourself. Maybe you felt like you're self-sabotaging by expressing them. The thing is, you have to state your own boundaries, whether that's by expressing your feelings or by actually keeping them within you. to not cause lashbacks or some other stuff, like first of all, you need to analyze what's up. And if it's actually something you should assess, I definitely think you should assess it if you've been contemplating on it. So maybe you felt deceived by this person, or maybe you felt like something just isn't rightly set up, rightly in its space. So, yeah. There's definitely been some lingering thoughts that haven't left you alone, and I think there's a curiosity within you, which is natural if you're watching this reading. Maybe you're very, very confused whether to assess something, to inquisite something, or you're very enthusiastic toward this relationship, but you're so afraid that by expressing something too much, you'll deceive the person. Which I don't know which part the deception comes from, but I think it's your mind that feels that deception. And here we have the solar eclipse. Solar eclipse occurs when the sun and moon and earth are in the position where the moon appears to be blocking out part or all of the sun. And to be honest, we have a solar eclipse coming. I'll put the date on the screen. And maybe that date is significant for your relationship. And during these events, the sun and moon are in the same zodiac sign. Viewing a solar eclipse, though you should never look directly at one, is a spiritually and visually enriching experience in astrology. This event is perfect for manifesting your dreams and embracing new opportunities. So yeah, I'm thinking that there are... Wait, I'm gonna check which sign the solar eclipse will be in. So yeah, I checked it, and the solar eclipse will be happening on the 21st of September in the sign of Virgo, which seems pretty like, related to your pile, I'm guessing, because like the Page of Swords represents the Earth of Air, and let's just say so, Virgo is a very intellectual, a very perfectionist, a very inquisitive sign, and Virgos really want their shit to be in place, you know? I'd say that you're assessing this Virgo energy with like this need to assess something, you know, needing to express something, needing to talk about something, have a discussion about, but you're over-intellectualizing this and maybe even watching this reading because of it. Breaking the fourth wall, I guess, and like, we'll also have a full moon lunar eclipse in Pisces on the 7th of September. So yeah, and I have a surprise for you coming, because like, wait a bit, but let me finish with your pile. I'm actually gonna be uploading this around August. I think I'm filming this on the 20th of July, but like, so the eclipses are pretty soon for us. So yeah, candle dripping prettily. And yeah, I'm also noticing very like attention to detail shit happening, and over intellectualizing details, over noticing some signs and patterns, maybe noticing angel numbers and just thinking, oh, that's a sign, that's a sign, that's a sign, but maybe you're just really focusing on the signs that the sign is, that you should stop looking for the sign and just do it. Okay, so stop deceiving yourself, stop self-sabotaging by this whole contemplation, by this whole I'm also seeing what was it called in English, procrastination. Okay, you have something so you are procrastinating on, and that will definitely be assessed by the solar eclipse, or maybe the solar eclipse will be what will make you assess it. So next we have your person, and your person is represented by the Two of Wands by Virgo and by the Brownie. So you're both in this like Virgo energy. I'd say you're both looking towards the future, to the nearest future, what to do, and like, yeah, definitely. I think in another pile was the new moon card. I meant the fucking lunar eclipse card, because I felt this sense that the lunar eclipse is also important, but I guess I mistook that for the third pile or the first pile. So maybe there's some pile you need to check. Maybe you wanted to check another pile. So don't be afraid to do it, especially if you have another person to question about. So the Two of Wands is a more action-driven card. Is not that contemplating, as not as procrastinating as your energy, but I still see that this person really wants to get their shit done. They are so determined to get it done in the right fucking way. So I'm seeing this like they're so motivated. If they don't know how to do it, okay? They're so detail oriented, and they want to get the job done, but thing is, they want to be safe, they want to know the boundaries are set in place, so maybe you should be the one to initiate the boundary talk, okay? And they're also represented by the Brownie. And the Brownie, I think they have some secrets that they maybe want to express, but they've been scared to. Maybe you've been trying to push out their secrets, and they want to assess that boundary with you. Now, I want to say that they are safe with you, but they're like questioning it, if they are safe with you. So the only way to make them sure that they are safe with you is, you know, doing that boundary talk, okay? They have so much shit to do that they're probably not the one to be able to do it. They're very action driven. Like the Two of Wands is literally represented by Mars and Aries. Like Mars is at home in Aries. but like with you, they feel a little awkward. They feel a little, slow. Like things aren't moving in the right speed. But thing is, it's only because you haven't had the right necessary talks with each other. Okay, so let's read the Virgo card. Ruled by tricky Mercury, these earthly signs make their list and check it a million times. Virgo, symbolized as the Virgin, are all about perfectionism. They are one of the most detail-oriented in the zodiac and will not stop until the job is done just right. They are often the most analytical and the most organized in the astrology wheel. They have many hidden talents, though they are often afraid to share with others because of fear or imperfection. But when they loosen up and let others in, they are amazing friends that you'll have for life. So yeah, that's for your person's energy, and let's see your goddamn dynamic. Where did I place the cards? Oh my god. Need to get that Virgo shit in check, I'm a Saturn and Virgo, but like my 6th house is in Pisces, so that shit sucks. Okay. Bro, where did I place the cards? I'm so dumb. Bro, where are they? Oh, here they are. I'm sorry. So for your dynamic, we have 2 astral cards, which is the semi-square and the first quarter. We have the King of Pentacles. So let's read the astral cards first. This is a minor aspect in astrology found when planets or other astrological points are 45 degrees apart. Maybe the number 45 is significant. It is in the full-out square or superfabulous sextile either. The semi-square signals healthy competition between the celestial bodies and thus the potential to be beneficial if you put in the work. It's a motivational position that is rewarded through personal perseverance and patience. If you can reconcile the energies of this aspect, great things will follow. We also have the first quarter. In this phase, the moon is 50% lit, with the sun illuminating its right side. The name first quarter comes from the fact that the moon is a quarter way through its Earth orbit. This phase brings growth and understanding to the lessons of the new moon, and it can also test your commitment to these lessons. The first quarter moon is a perfect time to reassess your intentions and decide what parts of your plan need to be revised. People born in this phase are typically passionate and action-oriented. So yeah, the first quarter reminds me of that. Thing is, your person is definitely a very passionate and action-oriented person, but in this relationship that feels kind of semi-squarish, okay? They feel like they have to pretend a lot to be themselves. They have to push out that energy to be authentic. There's like this dynamic that isn't like super harmonious, but you definitely have things to grow, and it definitely isn't like wrecked, and you can definitely just solve it if you both put in the necessary work. Okay, first quarter 50. Ouch. Okay, I just burnt myself. First quarter moon is 50%. It's illuminating 50%, and it reminds me of how you need to put in the work, and they need to put in the work. So it's not just you who should be reassessing these things, it's the person who should be getting comfortable with you and feeling more safe and less insecure around you. They need to step up that pattern of just feeling so stuck in order to need to push out the authenticity. And the King of Pentacles is basically just, the fire of Earth. So yeah, it's definitely your person who's putting in the most work in this relationship. I'm seeing is that Aries. What Aries? What am I talking? Oh, mercenaries, and that Virgo energy. It's definitely them. Your person is definitely the person who is putting the most work into it, but it's your current job is to just make them feel safe. Your job is just as important as theirs, but like it definitely feels like you aren't putting as much effort into it. But like, no. Thing is, you both will grow if both of you will participate in it equally. Something I want to say about the King of Pentacles being here. Your person is definitely very generous, but this comes from both of your sides. You both seem like you're both the provider, you're both the generous one, but like, thing is, you are doing equal work here. You need to be doing equal work here. The thing is, your person feels like they're kind of like locked in. Do you feel like, oh, I'm gonna do this that day, I'm gonna do that day, and when that day comes, you lay it back like, oh my god, I'm not ready, and probably my person isn't either. But you need to take care both of your life, but also take care of this relationship. You need to take care of your own growth in order to grow in this relationship. You need to grow yourself as a person in order to grow this relationship. I'm seeing like it's very mutual in this aspect too. But like, you're the person who should be growing more, and they're the person who should be growing into this relationship more. Okay, so let's look at the current theme cards of the relationship. It's the Ace of Pentacles, so another pentacle card. And we have the sesquiquadrate. I don't know how to pronounce it, I'm so sorry. The sesquiquadrate. This minor aspect occurs when two planets or other astrological points are 135 degrees from each other. So there is the 135 and 45 both add up to 9. Maybe one of you is a life path 9. Maybe you both are life paths 9. I forgot what that meant, but maybe that resonates. But your current life path in this relationship definitely could feel like a life path 9. Let me Google that up, what that is. Okay, so the life path 9 is the humanitarian. It's the one who's deeply deeply concerned by the rights of people, by the well-being of people. And it seems like you both feel like you should sacrifice yourselves more into this relationship, more than it's actually necessary. So I'm sensing you are the procrastinator in this, okay? I'm just gonna call you that. But the thing is, you know you need to do more, but you feel like you have to do even more, and thinking you have to do even more in this makes you definitely feel like it's way too hard. But thing is, put the bar a little lower. You both are looking at the bigger picture way too much, but you're also noticing all the small details that are actually just, you need to connect them and see the bigger picture, okay? Thing is, you may be very judgmental of yourself, and that may sometimes offend the other person, that you're being so judgmental of yourself. But okay, this aspect can help intention cells too. And so with the Eight of Pentacles, we're once again getting the Virgo, and that is this time the Sun in Virgo. So guess what we're experiencing on the 21st of September? Plan something with your person, okay? Or at least talk to them a lot that day. It seems very important. The solar eclipse is happening in the sign of Virgo, and it's like, holy shit, this seems so fucking important, okay? So if you do things accordingly, if you notice the right patterns you should be following, all your hard work, diligence, and attention to detail will be worth the effort, will be worth the pain, and you will be so improved, and your skills that you develop until that time will serve you until the dawn of time, until the dusk of time. What? Yeah. Yeah, the feeling is that everything is moving slow. The thing is, you're steadily moving towards your goal. Like, you never notice how fast your hair grows until you actually look back, how after not looking at it for a while. Like, you don't notice the individual millimeters, but when you notice, when you haven't looked, it's absolutely wild how much has grown, okay? Keep going as you've begun, and you will achieve the desired result. Don't get sloppy or lazy. You are almost there. That was for the energy check-in, which was quite lengthy for you. But let's look at the core reading section. So, let's use the Goddess of Love Tarot. My favorite deck, I'd say. But, yeah. Okay, so what are they thinking but not saying? Here we have the Four of Wands and Seven of Pentacles. Okay, so thing is, they want to feel safe, and they will do their best to try to feel more safer with you. They definitely feel more authentic with you. It's just a general problem they have that they are working on. Okay, it's not a you problem. It's a problem they've experienced for the majority of their life. So don't worry. It's just the fact that they are just hard to open up. Their shell is hard to crack. But with you, they feel very at home, at least compared to with others. What emotions are they feeling regarding you? We have the Ace of Swords reversed. And the Sun? No, I'm not feeling that energy. The Sun isn't there. What emotions are they feeling regarding you? Six of Swords, okay. So, with the Ace of Swords, they're definitely thinking about you a lot. But the thing is, they've got very faulty logic, and they may be judgmental of you sometimes. But the thing is, they've reconsidered some things. They've moved on from past hurts you've induced upon them. And, yeah. They definitely served confidence in that decision, which they made earlier sometime. I don't know when. But thing is, they've moved on from that pattern, and they've realized the fuck is up. They've escaped that clouded mindset, and they kind of feel like they are unbearable, and they are hard to access, that they are hard to trust, and that their trust issues are at fault. But, like, thing is, you have to remind them they're not alone in this, okay? You need to say to them that you're willing and able to aid them, and you'll finally have to stand up and fucking end that laziness towards this relationship. Okay, so maybe I'm not saying this is for all Pile 2 watchers, but, like, I may sense a feeling that they had a crush on you, and now they've moved on. They felt like they were so right about it, so right that you're the right one, but they've moved on, and they realize your faults, but they've also realized that it's better off as it is now, and now they want to be able to open up to you. And so now let's look at what's holding them back from expressing these things directly. Lust reversed, which is the Strength reversed. And we got 3 cards for this. All major arcana, okay? So there are major external things happening for them that is definitely not their fault. and that isn't procrastination. It's just, thing is, there's lots of shit happening in their life right now. Their life is overwhelming, their life is drastically changing, but they're losing strength, and they feel like you aren't enough in their life to be able to express this so directly and so honestly. Their life is, some cycle in their life is coming to an end, but it's coming with upheaval, with massive change, with chaos, I'd even say, and they're scared of this, and they just need your hands in this, okay? And another thing they want you to know is, what do they wish you understood of the situation? Feeling like it's the moon today, just the moon. And the moon, they wish you came out of your illusions and just saw them for who they are, not who they were. This cycle has come to an end, and they want you to know that, yeah, they don't feel the same as they felt towards you in the past, and you have to recognize that. They don't hold the same beliefs, but it's not that everything, the new beliefs is inherently positive. But, like, they feel like you misunderstand them very frequently. That you are someone who often misunderstands the whole point, the core of the situation, and that really hurts them. What is something they regret or would change if they could regarding this situation? The Six of Wands and the Nine of Wands. 69 and Wands. Okay. Let's shut up. This isn't about 69. It's about, they wish they could realize the true spark within you earlier. They wish they would have had that fun with you without having core misunderstandings about you. They wish they would have gotten something better out of this situation. And they regret that they didn't try enough, which I see that they definitely did their best. They feel like they didn't try enough, but they definitely did their best. They didn't reach a point, and they wanted to reach that point a lot. You have to remind them that it's okay. They've done their best. Okay, yeah. So now for their hopes and intentions, not understandings, for their hopes and intentions, the Chariot. They hope you both can heal this relationship. They hope that you'll experience new joys, new adventures together. They want to find a new light within you and find a new meaning for this relationship. I'm sensing that they're very ambitious towards this, but they feel like they need your strength and initiation in this too. They really hope you will put more effort into this relationship. So that's that. And another thing is, what do they admire or appreciate about you? Yeah, it's the Four of Swords just now. So the last part of the quarter reading, we have the Four of Swords, and they really admire how fucking calm you are, how understanding you are, how appreciative of them you are, how little they need to do for you to forgive them. And thing is, I don't think they've ever broken a boundary of yours. They appreciate that so much, that you've been so forward with them and you've been so open towards them, that nothing has gone wrong, at least in this sense. And so now let's move on to the advice section. Okay, so now let's move on to the Moonology Manifestation Oracle cards. And first we have, what should you focus on regarding this connection? What should you focus on regarding this connection? We have the first quarter moon in Capricorn and new moon in Pisces. Well, so let me have the guidebook. So you should focus on attuning to divine and trusting that being your kindest self will be the best you can be towards them right now, because they've done so much kind to you, but they want really that back. They want reciprocation, okay? So for the new moon in Pisces, this card is especially a good sign for matters related to spirituality, contacting with other realms, taking some time out, or dealing with a fear. So yeah, you should definitely deal with some fears here. You should focus on self-growth in order to let this relationship bloom, and you should really be more optimistic, okay? And with the first quarter moon in Capricorn, it's good to be realistic, but you don't want to have the stench of reality so far up your nose that you can no longer smell life's perfumes. So yeah, once again, there's the sense that you need to be way more optimistic and kind to yourself. Not just to them, but to yourself. You need to work on your courage and confidence to restore vitality and help you feel brighter and more secure with expressing your concerns regarding this relationship. Also, if someone's watching this and they're thinking about me, I'm pretty much confirming that right now. that was just a thing I want to say. So next is, what's a spiritual lesson and growth opportunity here? Full moon in Libra, find a balance. That's all. So with the full moon in Libra, you need to find a balance between your own needs and what you do for others. You need to realize that you've been putting so much love around yourself. No, not around yourself. To others, but not for yourself. You need to realize you're lovable. And, you know, you should be focusing on your own wants and needs. That is completely understandable, valid, and even necessary, especially in this situation. You need to grow yourself. You need to look after yourself. You need to self-care. You need to find a balance between what you need versus what someone else needs. Walk a mile in their shoes. And once you understand where they are coming from and why, you can take action. Make up your own mind about the situation rather than being too influenced by others. And so next we have, what guidance does the divine have for you? 3 cards? Okay. Your divine is really talkative. Last quarter moon in Cancer, take a breather. First quarter moon in Gemini, speak your world into becoming. Being, I meant. First quarter moon in Sagittarius, believe in your good luck. So yeah. So there could be a clash here caused by everyone wanting to be the leader, the provider, which we need to give situation some air. Sometimes situations start with so much promise and then get fatigued or fizzle out. This is normal. If the situation is dragging on and everyone is becoming far too sensitive, it might be a time to take a breather. Is this still what you want? Is this still what they want? If a situation is slipping away from you, it could be due to self-doubt or because too many people are trying to get their own way. If you're struggling to find a balance with a VIP in your life or personal professional connection, it might be time to show your feelings. So show your feelings. And with the first quarter moon in Gemini, speak your world into becoming. Here you're being asked to feel your way through a situation that's partly sacred and partly mundane. Be compassionate and clever. Think about what you want. Do you really believe you can create it? Do you believe you have what it takes, or do you secretly doubt yourself? Worse, are you correctly preparing for failure? Say it ain't so. Here's the thing you can't fool the universe. Repeated affirmations that you don't believe in are a waste of time. If someone has spoken written unkind words to you, counter them with kind words to yourself. Try it. Speak your world into being. Talk about it as though it's already happening. And then we have the first quarter moon in Sagittarius. Believe in your own good luck. Your challenge when this card comes up is to dream, but be prepared to put in the hard work required to make your dreams real. Whatever is going on in your life, you need to take care of the small stuff, and the big stuff will fall into place. Problems can arise now because of carelessness or judgment lapse. Avoid telling everyone your opinion until you're sure that you know exactly what's going on. Think about the baby steps you need to take on your way to your goal, and don't take too many risks. Believe in your own good luck, but don't be arrogant about it. Think an important decision through very carefully before taking action. And to close it off, let's look at potential future energies. Potential future energies. If you go on the same path, don't change anything. 8 of Pentacles. No? Yeah, it is the 8 of Pentacles. It will take time, it will grow slow, but don't doubt yourself and everything will go fine. So, to end this reading off, I want to give you small messages from them, channeled messages on paper thingies, okay? So, what are some final messages from them? What are some final messages from them? We have we. So, it's definitely that they want it to be reciprocated. They want you to be, not just them caring for you and them doing all the work. They want you to take part in it too. Then we have not you. It's not you who's at fault. It's your circumstances, okay? Maybe this also means that maybe you've misunderstood that something is your fault when in actuality it's just a completely different person. So another thing is we keep misunderstanding each other, and they wish that won't happen anymore if you continue on listening to them fully. I feel like 2 more will be enough. We also have I still think about you. They definitely treasure the moments you've had, the joys you had, and they definitely don't have a single bad memory of you that they definitely cherish as much as they do the memories you've shared together that brought them so much joy. And lastly, we have an extra one here. So choose between one of these, or both if you're not that picky. We have something like wish I told you sooner. And we also have the necklace you wore. And lastly, for an affirmation, I have for you, we're going to once again use the Moonology Manifestation deck. And the affirmation here will be, we got 2 cards, first quarter moon, Pisces, and new moon. We have go for it and honor your feelings. And for the actual affirmation we have, thank you for showing me that I am divine, sacred, and lovable. And we also have, I am on the right track. Soon, I will solve this relationship with my own hands, with my effort, and with my hard work. That's it. If you want to join the extended, I'd be so glad to have you there. But this was it for you, pal 2. Thank you so much for joining in. I love you so much, and bye, my beautiful stars. Hello, my beautiful pile 3s. I hope everything else for the pile, every other pile, isn't outdated since, well, it's been over a month since I filmed the last 2 piles. Yup, I'm being serious. It's been a fucking month. But you're the last lucky pile to be up to date, I guess. And, you know, let's see what we're dealing with. And if I said dealing, I hope there isn't much of a problem here since, you know, when I say dealing, I actually mean we're actually dealing with something, not actually reading out something, we're dealing with it. So I hope that doesn't bring much tension to our reading. But, yeah, let's see what we're dealing with, I guess, if I said so already. Wait. Oh. Okay, so we have the Black Hoon for you with foreboding. We have Pluto for you too. And we also have the 3 of Pentacles for you. For your person, we have the Gnome with Custodianship. Oh my god, I at first read that as Guardianship. We have the Post Shadow Retrograde. And we have the Ace of Wands. For your dynamic overall, we have the 4 of Wands and the Planetary Retrograde card. And for your current theme card, I guess, we have the 6 of Pentacles and Mercury. So, I may need to just do this shit so y'all see the cards, actually, because, I'm bad at this shit. I don't see much when I'm filming, so that's why I sometimes just don't let y'all see shit, but actually want to make y'all see shit. And, yeah. I think I said it in the intro. I'm your reader, Elias of Venus, but just call me Elias. And, yeah. Let's start. So, for your energy, we have the Black Hound. Foreboding. The folk poem we have for your card is: snarls and growls through fearful mist, apprehension grows in fate as fate twists. Howling comes with great alarm, a warning to keep free from harm. I call upon the Black Hound to assist me and harness his power so motively. So it's more of an invocation, more of a, I guess, spell chant. So do what thou will with that. And yeah, you've been kind of keeping your wits about your person at all times. You've been having a hard time knowing what gut feelings are actually true and which are just, you know, you just being overwhelmed, you just being overthinking. And thing is, everything has a meaning. It's just, what does it mean is a question you should ask. Not that nothing, it has no meaning. It means, what does it mean? Not, it has a specific meaning every time. You know, trust it. Do not ignore it. Something is up. But you need to be looking at what it means, not just that something is up, okay? Be like a dog with a bone, okay? Persistent until you have all the answers you seek. And you should be not just aware of your gut feeling, you should be looking at all signs and symbolisms around you, what's around you when you feel that, what's happening, what emotions are you feeling. Your inner curiosity is surfacing to howl your truth, okay? And we also have Pluto for you, so there's a big transformation period happening to you. With the 3 of Pentacles, I'm seeing that there's some sort of trust you have to give into this relationship, some sort of teamwork you have to get through. And let me check what sign the 3 of Pentacles is, because I always keep forgetting. Mars and Capricorn, okay? Capricorn is also kind of related to Pluto. It's not exactly its ruling sign, but it's related to Saturn, which is quite I'd say what we saw Saturn as kind of delved into what we see Pluto now, because Saturn is no more of that death transformation shit. That is Pluto now, even though Saturn does have to do with death and restriction and discipline. It's this not the same as Pluto, okay? Pluto is the 8th house, and maybe you have Mars and Capricorn in the 8th house, but I'm not sure that. I don't think so. But yeah, Pluto takes 12 to 31 years to change zodiac signs if it enters retrograde, and you see, that's a lot. That's hell of a lot. So you see that the transformation you have with this person must be not just for some months, for some years. It will take time to reach its potential, okay? And Pentacles is a very slow suit, okay? It takes time to grow. It takes time to just, you know, settle in, okay? The 3 of Pentacles is just, we're just starting, even though it could be just fucking 3 years already, okay? The 3 of Pentacles is a card that wants you to collaborate, to team up, and it's like wanting you to make all those decisions based on not just what's within you, but what's around you. And this time, your person is your teammate, okay? And yeah, we're looking at this like you need to look not just at your needs, but also at your person's needs. And maybe that will grow into something more. Maybe that gut feeling you've been feeling sometimes around this person definitely is not just about what's within your head, but also what's outside, what's with the person, what's in their head, okay? And for them, we have the gnome with custodianship. And the gnomes, I guess, I guess, is, wait, let me find it. Magical guardian of fauna and flowers, warden of nature's mystical powers, defender of magic and keeper of earth, journey within to restore and rebirth. I call upon the gnome to assist me and harness this power, so mote it be. So this person may already have like a very well-kept sense of what the other person needs. They're probably very empathetic. They're also always looking at to see the signs of what the person's feeling, how to help them if something's up. If not, how to just enjoy life with them, not just about them. They have green fingers, okay? They maybe have a career in landscape gardening, but like they do have to get their hands dirty for their work, which is not maybe physically dirty, but like actually they have to think a lot in their career. They have to do a lot in their career. Maybe it's physically active, maybe their mind is very active within their career, but they do a lot. And I probably see them as a very multitasking person. And they're all about keeping everything authentic, but also keeping everything as up to date as possible, you know, living in a modern world, but still living up to those ancient, you know, values, living up to those values, but transforming them into this modern world. I see that something about them, something hidden will soon be revealed, and you'll soon get to the root of the problem. So maybe later when you find out what the fuck is up with that, you can come into the comments and tell me about what happened. How did I help maybe in this? I hope I actually helped, not like make you worry or something. But like, yeah. They'll definitely maybe even get into some sort of problem that you'll have to help them kind of tangle out of. Maybe you're sort of the person who kind of, not directly, but indirectly kind of like, you know, push them into this problem. Maybe you didn't notice, but they'll be pushed by your actions into this problem, probably at their workplace even. And you will need to help them, okay? This will be the time when you team up. And maybe you have to do some grounding work. Maybe they have to do some grounding work. Or maybe you have to help them ground. Okay, so work with the magic of earth or the pentagram. Something may be helpful, but okay. They're also represented by the post-shadow retrograde. I will read what's written here. The post-shadow phase of the retrograde follows the retrograde. Yeah, this phase takes place after the planet has stationed, when the planet appears to stop before beginning retrograde, and is working its way to final degree where the cycle began. In this phase, you are clearing up what became undone or was confusing during the actual retrograde. And the general post-shadow retrograde is when you can recover or reckon with what you got shaken up during the cycle. So perhaps that having to do with the Ace of Wands, they probably... I will put on the screen the dates when something goes retrograde around the time when you could be watching, like the next few months when something goes retrograde, but there are some retrogrades already happening. So yeah, basically, they've kind of probably been doing some actions that they couldn't fully finish when, you know, I won't say it's actually a real retrograde, it's more so their personal retrograde, okay? Maybe, yeah, they've gotten held back or something by something, and it's their actions that led them there. It's their inspiration that you gave them that led them into some problem, but you are the person who should be helping them recover from it. I'm seeing, and yeah, the retrograde is about finishing your deeds, but the post-shadow retrograde is more so about walking back to the place you were before the retrograde. So maybe perhaps, yeah, you need to get them back to that state which was up with them before they had this sort of problem. Like, I'm talking so cryptically because I don't know what's up, but maybe we'll find it out, okay? So your dynamic is planetary retrograde. Planetary retrograde occurs when a planet appears to move back, in fact, in the sky from our vantage point. In fact, the planet is not moving backwards. Planets always move in the same direction in their orbit, but when its relative speed and proximity to Earth changes, it can create the illusion of backward motion. Every astrological planet, aside from the Sun and Moon, goes through a retrograde. Retrogrades are a great time to break free from fast-paced nature of your day-to-day life, reassess things, and set intentions. In this birth chart, retrograde planets can indicate the ability to swing matters from a psychic perspective. Okay, so your dynamic. You probably set up yourselves in some kind of retrogrades, and currently, it's been like that for a while. But their goal probably is to move ahead from that, to not have to wiggle out of those problems that you, not even the person creates, but the other person creates. Your dynamic is kind of like currently very set in stone, very comfortable at that position. Like, you maybe are comfortable with always helping them and having them help you, but they're done with that, done with that shit. And yeah, your dynamic is like, yeah, sure, it's comfortable, you're happy like that, it's been like that for a while, but with your current theme card, we have Mercury. Haha, Mercury retrograde, what a funny thing. We always mention when something goes wrong in your social life, but okay. But your current theme card is the Six of Pentacles with Mercury. Mercury represents expression and communication. Mercury rules how we communicate, whether through in-person conversation, text, or emails, or phone calls. Known for being analytical and curious, Mercury, which changes signs approximately every 14 days, except when in retrograde, can help us better understand our own thoughts, so we can gain clarity in our situations and in relationships. Mercury is also known as the trickster, especially when in retrograde, especially in the sign of Gemini. So Virgo is more of an analytical Mercury, more so down deep to the ground, but Mercury in Gemini is a whole another thing. So the Six of Pentacles is ruled by, let's check, and also I'll check for the Wands cards. So the Ace of Wands, it doesn't have anything, it's just fire, you know, fire. Fire rising could be, because Ace, you know, but the Four of Wands is Venus and Aries, so yeah. And the Six of Pentacles, Moon and Taurus, okay, Moon and Taurus, so current theme cards could probably be that they're giving more than you're giving, they're giving more than they're receiving, and they're kind of like wanting to communicate that, okay? Maybe with this reading, they'll kind of indirectly communicate that, okay? Current theme card is strong communication is needed. Current theme is just for real. You need strong communication to have a strong relationship, and seems someone is doing most of the work while someone is not doing as much. And I've seen this pattern in one of the other piles. I forgot which one because I literally was reading that like a month ago. So yeah, but we can move on to the core of the reading. Okay, let's go. Hello, I'm back. You didn't notice because I cut that out. But I checked the retrograde calendar, I guess, and we can see that now Pluto is still in retrograde if you aren't watching past October 13th. And on October 13th, it is still in Aquarius, but it started in Pisces on May 4th. Neptune went retrograde on July 4th in Aries, and it will continue till December 10th in Pisces. It will be back in Pisces, but then the last degrees, of course, and Saturn went retrograde on July 13th in Aries. It will continue to be in retrograde till November 27th, and it will then be already in Pisces. And upcoming retrogrades that we have that you might be already watching, while Uranus retrograde is happening in Gemini, but ends only on February 3rd of 2026 in Taurus. And also on November 9th, Mercury once again goes retrograde on November 9th in Sagittarius, and it will remain in retrograde until November 29th, and it will station back when it's in Scorpio. And Jupiter goes retrograde on November 11th, goes in the entire retrograde in the sign of Pisces. March 10th of 2026 is when it ends. And the past retrogrades that we've had 2 Mercury retrogrades this year, July 18th Leo to August 11th Leo. It was retrograde. Venus was retrograde from March 1st in Aries to April 12th to Pisces. Mercury was even earlier than that in retrograde on March. It went retrograde on March 15th in Aries to April 7th, and it was also in Pisces. And yeah, maybe that makes some sense if I tell you that, but I think it was just a necessary blabber that I had to speak, but maybe it definitely helps you. So let's just start with the fucking core of the reading. Finally, you're probably saying. Yeah, finally. Also, I'm saying that. Ooh. Sorry, I have Tourette's, which I may have not been as open about on my channel, but I have it. So I drink my meds, and I know, and that's the thing. If you hear some random sounds I make, that's just my tics. So yeah, they're harmful. They're not harmful unless it's like actual physical punching or hitting me myself, I guess. But yeah, it isn't harmful to me unless I have a tic attack. That's fucking uncomfortable as fuck. So let's start. What are they thinking but not saying? The main question is, what are they thinking but not saying? We have the Queen of Cups, reverse. What emotions are they feeling regarding you? 5 of Cups, reverse too. And what's holding them back from expressing this directly? 9 of Cups, upwards. Finally, what do they wish you understood of the situation? Witch of Wands, which is the Knight of Wands, but reversed. Is there something they would regret or would change if they could? I have a lot of cards coming out, but I will accept this one since it seems the most authentic. And that is Witch of Cups, aka the Knights of Cups in this deck, and it's reversed. And is there something they hope for and intend in this relationship currently? The Moon reverse and the Crown of Swords reverse, which is the King of Swords in this deck. And lastly, what do they admire or appreciate about you? The Queen of Pentacles upwards. Oh shit, you don't see shit. Let me fix that for you. Haha, I can fix her. I can fix him. I can fix them. Whatever is the pronoun you want me to say, I can fix them. But I won't fix anyone. Guys, that was just a joke. I hate that saying too, okay? It pisses me off so much. Yeah. Okay, this will work, I guess. So, what are they thinking but not saying? We have the Queen of Cups reversed. So I definitely see they feel like there's sort of tension around the responsibilities in this relationship. Probably there's the fact that, yeah, which I mentioned before, they're giving more than they're receiving, which is like they're feeling unequal, what is the right word? I want to find the right word. Unequal dedication. And they've been feeling very dedicated, but they've been let down how little you notice that dedication. And something that is an emotion they are feeling regarding you is the 5 of Cups. But it's reversed, okay? They have hope. They are disappointed, but they definitely have hope, and they're looking forward for you to change, which they're probably already seeing that you are changing, especially if you are watching this video. I see that you're changing. You want to do something about this since there's something they're hiding and they don't want you to know. And you want to know what's up and how you can help. Probably you're not probably watching this because you're probably just wanting to watch a reading while you go to bed. Okay, I hope that's not the case, but you can do that just to give me watch time. But okay, yeah, there's some hope, but still they feel let down, they feel disappointed, and they want you to change, and they have positive thoughts about that. They're optimistic about it, okay? They're optimistic that you can change, you can begin to change for the better. they feel there's definitely potential within you, which is good, which is hella good, and they haven't been let down by you to the whole. Okay, not only partially. Yeah, they have hope for it. And what's holding them back from expressing this directly? They feel like they could hurt you by that, so they are wishing it in their head. They're sending it to manifest, I guess, upon you, that if they think if they expressed it directly, you would get mad and think that, oh shit, there's something wrong with me. No, it's wrong with them. That person is at fault. Why are they saying this shit about me? But they're just afraid of it. They don't think that could actually happen if they think about it logically, but they're afraid that it is a possibility that could happen, especially if they aren't as sure that you can change. That part of them that thinks, oh, maybe they cannot change, that disappointment could overtake them or something. That part of them is like, yeah, I'm hella scared. It's actually not the case that I can hope for change. And they're like, shit, I'm so afraid if this person is gonna actually think I'm fucking crazy if I mention that the dedication is not whole, okay? And next we have, what do they wish you understood of the situation? We have the Witch of Wands reversed. And they think, in my opinion, you are rushing things. They think in their opinion, you're rushing things, okay? And they wish you understood that relationships are not something to rush for. It's exactly the opposite. They want you to know that dedication takes time, it takes patience, it takes trust. And you're really passionate about moving forward. But do you know there's things that are holding you back from moving forward, and you're just skipping past things, is what they want you to know. You're skipping past things, you're skipping levels. You want to go further, even though this person definitely feels there's still work to do before you go further. And next is something they regret or would change in this situation is definitely their dedication and commitment you have to actually patience. They think you have passion about it, you have dedication, but you have dedication about the wrong things, okay? They want you to be committed to patience, to trusting this, the patterns, the person, everything about this connection. They want you to put in the trust and put in the patience. They want patience, okay? They would change the fact, they would move around your passions and dedications to something that actually benefits this connection, not just rushes it forward and skips some levels that would make them uncomfortable if something goes further, but you're just skipping ahead, ignoring that there's still work to do. And some hopes and intentions they have is that you'll realize your wrongs, and you won't be, how do I put it? I'm trying to find the right word. That you won't be arrogant about it. That you'll realize your truth. You'll realize what they want, their truth. You'll realize how much they want you to change. They really hope that the illusion within their head is not the hope, but the fact that you cannot change. And they hope the illusion is that fear that they've created from the fact that what if you do not change? They're really intent to bring clarity to this connection, but they're afraid that you might start misinterpreting it. And what they admire and appreciate about you is how much you trust them. You trust them. There's something holding them back from trusting you is the problem. If you trust them, you are committed to moving forward, to making this something bigger, to something more meaningful, but they are not ready. But they admire how much you want this to be something big, something abundant, something rich and beautiful. And okay, now let's see the advice section. And yes, the little letters from them will be in the closing off section, okay? Advice section. Where are those cards? Oh my god. Oh, here they are. Okay. So for the advice section, first we have, what should you focus on regarding this connection? Which I probably even mentioned before, but yeah, let's see. What should you focus on regarding this connection? Think of who you want to receive this message from. Is it your guardians? Is it me? Is it your holy daemon? Is it your holy guardian angel, your gods, your maybe just your universe, your subconscious? What is it? Your higher consciousness? I think you've decided. So what should you focus on regarding this connection? We have the full moon in Libra, find a balance, and full moon in Taurus, detoxify. We had the moon in Taurus here. And what is the spiritual lesson, growth opportunity here? We have the new moon in Capricorn. I'm trying to put these cards some way that looks to be reachable from your point of view. So we have a new moon in Capricorn for the spiritual lesson or growth opportunity here. And what guidance does the divine have for you? Anything you chose to be your guide, here is their advice. Or guidance, I meant. Guidance. Here is their guidance. We have the full moon Pisces, forgive. And how can you best approach and hold space for your person? This is very important in this reading. I know why I came up with that question, but I think it was special, especially for you, important. So we have the first quarter moon in Sagittarius, believe in your good luck. Okay, so let's start reading them. What should you focus on regarding this connection? We have the full moon Libra, find a balance, and full moon in Taurus. Let's start with the full moon that would come first, is the full moon in Taurus. So something that you should focus on is finding a balance between what your heart wants and what is the practical next step to say, oh, sorry, what the fuck was that? I didn't hear, but it sounded like it hurt. So basically, if you didn't hear that pop in my throat, there was a pop in my throat. So yeah. So basically, the practical next step that you should probably take is take some steps back, find a balance, realize what their heart also needs and wants, not just what your heart wants. Something that you should focus on is expressing love and not just waiting for love to come back, even though you don't do shit for it to come. Okay, I'm gonna be blunt. You do shit, but you need to do more shit to actually be worthy of this person's love. And the full moon in Libra tells you to, maybe your guide is very blunt, so maybe that's why I'm saying everything so boldly, but the full moon in Libra, find a balance, is telling you to find a balance in your own needs and what you do for others, which is really, really important here. There should be love all around you, but that love all around you comes from within. You are lovable only if you can love, okay? Focusing on your own wants and needs is understandable, but don't fucking rush it way too fast if you realize you're not worthy of that person's love. We all need to look after ourselves. However, this card suggests you need to find a balance between what you need versus what someone else needs. Maybe you are ready, but they are not ready. Be patient for them. Walk a mile in their shoes, and only then you'll understand where they're coming from and why you can take action. If you've been through a worrying time, including regarding help, this card reminds you to find the right people for help. This person maybe is a very valuable person that gives you help, but maybe sometimes you have to reach out for other people, since, maybe this person is very drained from how much you trust them with all your issues. Okay, they're grateful that you are able to trust them so well, but they sometimes want you to realize not everything is for them to solve. Be patient and don't pace it. And the spiritual lesson we have is the new moon in Capricorn, which is step up and lead. This card is especially a good sign for matters related to your professional life, life goals, and ambitions, or work colleague. But the harder you work, the luckier you get. But that doesn't mean you have to rush it. It's also effort to be patient. It also takes effort to wait, to be patient. Okay, we are all impatient, but it takes so much fucking more effort to wait rather than to do the things you want. Be someone others can get inspired from. If you will be patient, others will be too. If you work hard to meet others' requirements, others will meet yours. So, what guidance does the divine have for you? We have the full moon in Pisces, forgive. So I already see that the forgiveness you have to give them is that they didn't tell this to you before. Forgive them for that. Forgive that they were afraid you are gonna get mad if they point it out to you. They point out your flaws and what they want you to change about yourself. They didn't think that even at all, but now that I tell you, it was only their fears, and you have to forgive what you may have given onto them. You should forgive everyone who needs it in your life. It shall be done. And you need to strike a balance between all your duties and what you need to do for inner peace. And rushing definitely won't give you inner peace. You need to ground. You need to work on how to ground. And something you can do to best approach and hold space for your person is, what? The first quarter moon in Sagittarius, believe in your own good luck. Challenge when the card comes up is to dream, but to be prepared to put in the hard work required to make your dreams real. We all want our wishes to come true. We all want our dreams to manifest, but it isn't as easy as you think it's going to happen, and then it happens. You have to put in the hard work, and only then you can believe in your own good luck. You can strive forward, but you need also to make the effort to wait, be grateful what you already have, and only then move forward, which you're skipping, as I see. And now let's see potential near future energies. We have the Page of Pentacles reversed, which is I think it's great to see. The Three of Wands. I'm so happy to see those cards. Okay, the Page of Pentacles. It's always a very youthful, childish, and unexperienced card. But now that I see it reversed, I can see how much you are desiring to change, to mature, to be more patient and less impatient. And less impulsive is what I want to say. And you're looking to expand. The near future, you will see what you need to expand on, what you need to look out for and fix. You will not only move forward, you will move forward with the fact that you are maturing and you're realizing the fuck was up and what the fuck you can change, okay? The near future holds treasure for you. But only way you can access that is by healing yourself and expanding your sense of you and seeing what you can do to change the situation and how to move forward. And the final messages we have from them, which is probably everything you've been waiting for, these little notes. What does your person want you to say? What does your person wants to say? What are their final messages, some short messages we have from them? Okay, we have a lot of them, so there's a lot to say. Okay, okay. I'm afraid of losing you. So that could mean that they're afraid of losing you if they speak up. Thank you for the honesty. Thank you for the honesty. I would tell you everything if I could, because they're afraid, okay? Forest. Maybe they wander to forest to think, to contemplate, to think about you, but maybe you've been to forest with them, and maybe you should go on a forest walk with them to sort out all your things, to contemplate and be honest. Ocean. Maybe you need to purify in the ocean. Maybe you should... Okay, I get it. It's almost autumn. Summer is ending, but the ocean can also be a great place to go to let the breeze clear out your negativity, clear out your toxicity. And ocean, if there is a forest near ocean where you can go, which there is a place literally near my home, but I don't know if you live in a place like that, go there. It's literally perfect there to look out how you can solve your problems. Even if you go there on your own, they really would appreciate that. Wordless. Maybe this is like, I have nothing to say anymore. Maybe this is, I am wordless since I can't let the words exit. But the thing that makes me most suspicious that this means is they are wordless if they try to express how much you've done for them, how much appreciation they have for you. You know, it's like there's nothing to say, but that's because there's nothing that can describe it, okay? Thing is, priceless. It doesn't have a price. But that doesn't mean that it's literally trash and you cannot buy it. No, it just means it's worth more than money. And that's how I'm seeing that thing. So there's also this, which is, I still think about you, which is if they've been more shy talking to you, if they've been more distant from you, they still think about you, and that's confirmation. I appreciate you. They really appreciate you, but they want you to change too. Text me. Maybe talk it out and think of hanging out if that's possible, and restart. They wish they could restart this connection, but they're happy that you're changing and you want to change and that there will be a restart to this connection. We keep misunderstanding each other is their final message, and I think that's where we should end it off. And your final affirmation that we have, wait, I'm gonna have one from this deck too. Okay, just this. Let's start with the Moonology, and that's literally new moon in Aries, literally a new start. There can be a restart button if you make it happen, is what I can say, but literally new moon is the beginning and Aries is the beginning of the zodiac, and I think that definitely means what I just said, you know. But the affirmation is here: I am on the right track. Soon I will. Soon I will change. Soon I will be given rebirth. And the second bloom, a second chance. It's never too late. New possibilities. It's never too late. You deserve a second chance. And another one we can have without being just out of the top of my head. We have, there are unexpected things that want to bloom within you, and the more you want to change, the more open you are to life. The more open we are to life, the more open we are to being born again. This is what it means to truly live, being open to saying yes to life. So when you eventually take your last breath, you do so while still fully living. So they're giving you a second chance, and it's never too late, and there's no possibilities within everything. So thank you so much for watching. I love you so much. Thank you for wanting to change for this person. Thank you for watching, even if you just want to give me watch time. I love you so much. And if you want to, you can join the extended, which is not necessary, but it really helps the channel. And I've never actually received a person who watches the extended, so that's that. Maybe you want to be the first one. So thank you so much. I love you, and I'll see you in the next one if you ever want to rewatch my watch my content again. But I love you so much. Thank you for watching. Subscribe if you will. And yeah, thank you. I'm just gonna get ready for the extended. So bye. This is the end, I guess.